Demand for housing continues. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I want to go through this article from realestate.com.au, originally from the Gold Coast Bulletin, just discussing how, well, home ownership is still a priority for Aussies in 2022. We are a culture where owning a home has really traditionally bridged the divide between the classes, and in the past, Australia was quite an egalitarian society with many people house proud. And you could happily afford a home, have a holiday, raise a family on one income. Not anymore. Not by a long stretch anymore. Now both partners need to work, and you need to really push to get higher in the income stream. So let's have a look. It's the first week of January, and a prime time for nailing down some resolutions for the year ahead. Sure it is. While avoiding catching COVID is probably number one, not for all people. New polling has shown that buying a property remains one of Australians' top financial New Year's resolutions. The survey by financial comparison site CanStar showed that 18% of its participants, representing the equivalent of 3.6 million people, made a resolution centered around money, with 21% of this cohort resolved to becoming owner-occupiers in 2022. And as I was saying, that it's kind of housing has reduced the divide between the classes. If you're a renter, in some circles you're frowned upon. You know, everyone thinks Australians are a bunch of easygoing, carefree people. No, we're not. Maybe the world is starting to realize what a bunch of nanny state loving rule sticklers a lot of Australians were. I was talking to a neighbour. They're doing some work in an investment property. Their 4-year-old kid did a wee-wee on a tree in their property. So the neighbour rang up and complained to the authorities. Just dwell on that. What's wrong with these people? Come on! Little kid pissing on a tree. It happens. It's part of being a boy. Okay, you got to learn to control these dangerous things we have, or they'll control us. This is despite house prices rising by the fastest annual rate since 1980s over the past year, reaching 20% nationally. I really go off topic, don't I? The rampant growth, however, has not been enough to snuff out the dreams of millions who one day hope to be that person who gets to sit back and watch the equity in their properties grow. Yeah, I would love to sit. You may hear in today's videos there's some grinding from the mulcher that I bought as we're clearing all the planning on our property to develop or move the house and do our renovation. Yeah, I wish I could sit back. In this Saturday's bulletin, you'll be able to see exactly how much house prices have risen in your suburb when CoreLogic releases its latest house price index figures showing for Q4 2021, along with annual growth. In a sneak peek of what to expect, I can reveal that annual median Gold Coast house price growth climbed an extraordinary 50% in 3 suburbs, with several following closely behind. 50%. Now, on my Twitch channel and on this channel, I was doing Friday property hunt, and I probably should. What day is this today? Today's Thursday. I'll probably do it again tomorrow if I get the time. And that's the challenge where we try and find a starter home for 400 grand or 450. Gold Coast, it was impossible. Completely impossible, guys. And if you happen to own a block of land, which is fast becoming rarer than a rat test, you won't have to wait too long to make a decent return, as one sovereign island property owner discovered. The developer picked up the block at 35 Knightsbridge Parade East through Ivy Realty in February 2021 for $1.7 million, settled in June with the developer planning to build a 4-story mansion. After a change of mind, the 700 square meter block was relisted in September before selling last month for $2.5 million, allowing the developer to walk away, having made a tidy $800 profit in mere months. Oh, good on him. Good on him for making that profit and taking advantage of the market. Meanwhile, a 766 square meter block, another one on the same street, sold for $3.25, also through Ivy Realty, achieving not only a street record, but the second highest land sale on the island per square meter. Yeah, we're looking at the luxury end of the market on the Gold Coast here. These numbers are extraordinary. No wonder Aussies are so desperate to get into the property game in 2022, although agents are predicting we are unlikely to see these levels of price growth 2 years running. For those seeking to start or expand property portfolios, the biggest problem, aside from affordability, continues to be lack of stock. Despite listings rising towards the end of last year, stock levels are still drastically down on the past year. The only people selling are those who are forced to or those who can afford to. Whatever resolutions you've made for 2022, if they involve the property market, you're going to need nerves of steel, or diamond hands, as they call them in the crypto world. Let's have a talk, guys, about this one. Okay, they're highlighting Sovereign Island, guys, on the Gold Coast. Okay, these aren't average homes, as we've seen, but the price growth is real. It's just going crazy with property everywhere. We've seen that in the charts we've been following for some time. Now, it's interesting. There was a comment on property where a viewer was saying, oh, it's all going to fall by 80%. And I was thinking about that. If property were to fall by 80%, the houses around you were to fall by 80%, what would you do to buy them? Would you sit on your hands and go, oh, no, I'm not going to buy that. Oh, no, it's bad. You'll dive in. You'll take every bit of cash that you can. You'll liquidate all the assets you can for whatever you can, although they've probably dropped as well, to try and jump into the market. There's utility in houses, guys. Houses aren't a crypto meme. So there you go. It's just going to get worse for Queensland, I think. If the other states slow down, Queensland is just going to go gangbusters. Sure, we're seeing these crazy price growths and they're picking certain properties. But remember, there are going to be calls for additional migrants to come over to fill the job gaps, the skill gaps that we have here in Australia. Now, some people will be frustrated at that. But there was recently a Twitter post from, let me find this. I have to share this with you guys because this is just a stupid one. Hang on, wait a minute. We'll jump here. Pauline Hanson. If you haven't seen this latest Pauline Hanson One Nation cartoon, I recommend you check it out. It's bloody funny, but completely off topic. Here's from the Reason Party. Leader Fiona Patten has called for a 4-day working week trial within the Victorian Public Service, with a view of rolling the shortened week out more widely. So, civil servants, everyone, who I want to bring up one little chart here to show you. Bear with me as I find it. It's been a while since I've shown it here. This is the wage price index comparing the private sector to the public sector. Okay? Public sector are getting more money than the private sector. They're getting bigger pay increases, guys. And now they want to cut their days to 4 days a week. So you're surprised that people want to offshore work, or people want a calling for foreigners to come into Australia, guys, so we don't have all these 4-day working lazy people infesting private practice. Just saying. And what's going to happen to property when you have millions of people come to Australia? Well, they're going to move to Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and check out this last video about New Year's resolutions. What your resolution is it property? Maybe it's something else. I would suggest looking at your diet, getting healthy. My goal is to cut out seed oils. It'll take about 7 years to get it all out of my body. So that's the goal. Wish me luck. Take care. See you next time.